Just kind of open up with a few brief statements. We kind of keep knocking away at projects throughout the program. I'm really proud. If you guys haven't been to the stadium, one of the things I'm really excited about is we ripped up, it turned into a big project, but we ripped up all that turf around the field that needs to be there for TV and things like that, but it was kind of the old school turf like your grandmom had on our back porch, and that was problematic at times where guys would need to try to stop coming off the field after running a route and would slip on it, and it was hard. So we were able to get all that up, and just another thing where we're kind of improving the program very specifically from a player safety and health perspective that we take very, very serious. Another one you guys will see at practice today is the Guardian caps that we got for everybody. It's an outer layer that goes over top of their helmet that we've added as well this year. We've done the ProTech helmets forever. You guys have seen them. They're the ones that are the extra layer on the outside of the helmet that looks just like our helmets. So I'm really pleased with all these projects that we keep knocking out that I think are very, very important for our program moving forward, and most importantly, to take care of our players and make sure that they're healthy and safe and happy in their development. So feel really good about that. Got a couple announcements. I'm not sure if you guys are aware of this or not, but Jamal Griffin, who's been with me since day one, been a friend. Jamal was a head high school coach at Woodlawn High School in Maryland when I was at the University of Maryland, and came on and has been with me ever since. Done a great job as chief of staff for us. Jamal has been fortunate to be able to get a job and is going to be leaving to go to St. Thomas University in Minnesota as a senior associate athletic director. This was a goal, an objective of his to get into administration, and couldn't be happier for him and his family. And Kevin Threlkill has been promoted into his position, just so you guys all are aware of that. So not sure if you guys are aware of that already or not, but wanted to make sure you guys heard that from me. Our big kind of philosophy this year, our mantra this year that we're going to talk about all the time is championship habits. And just big believers in the habits that our guys have on and off the field are really going to allow them to be successful in both areas as well. So it's all of it. It's all the little things. It's all the details. It's how we practice. It's how we meet. It's how we prepare. It's how we are in the community. It's how we are in class, sitting in the front row, taking notes early, all those things. So that's going to be something that you're probably going to hear all year long. Is our championship habits mantra that we're gonna keep hammering home. Some objectives in the different phases. On offense, we want to make sure we establish a championship 2 deep at all positions. That's critical in our conference, and at this level of football, you got to develop depth. That's going to be important for us to do. We got started yesterday. I thought it was a good first day. But obviously we still have a lot of work to do. 2 guys that I want to give some love to that probably aren't getting a whole lot of it and should and are deserving. Bowers. Bowers is a guy that had a bunch of injuries throughout his career and has battled through them. And his family's been unbelievable, and he's been unbelievable. I think he's going to have a huge year for us. He's also a guy that's a senior. And again, has had a lot of adversity and has battled through it, and has just been a fantastic teammate. He's been a fantastic student here in the community, and I think he's going to have a huge year for us this year. So I wanted to bring him up, and I also wanted to bring up Gonzalez. Gonzalez had a decision to make at the end of last year. I think he made the right decision and came back. Really excited about his experience, really excited about his development. Excited about what he's going to do during camp from a leadership perspective, as well as from a technique and fundamental and offensive leadership perspective. I think he's going to have a big year for us as well. On defense, continue to be aggressive with our opponents on the other side of the line of scrimmage in terms of tackles for loss and sacks. But also we gotta minimize some of the explosive plays and obviously be a little bit more consistent against the run. That's going to be a big focus for us this year. And then a couple guys that I want to mention as well. Shane Simmons, kind of a similar background as Bowers, has battled a bunch of injuries the last couple of years. Every year we go into the season saying this is going to be his breakout year, and he's as healthy as he's been since we recruited him. So you're going to see him. He looks beautiful. He's 260 pounds. Moving extremely well, so really excited. I think that's going to be a name that you guys see in practice, and it's going to be a name that I think has got a chance to have an exciting year for us. The other guy probably not getting talked enough about is Shaka Toney. Is a guy obviously within our program has got so much respect. Is so explosive. He's great for our offensive tackles with his get off and his speed. Tested really well this offseason. I think he's going to have a huge year for us. And then John Reed is the other one. John's a guy, obviously, coming back off an injury yesterday at practice. Not only did he look as good as he did pre-injury, but better from an experience, from a maturity, from an understanding of our defense and of our culture. So, some guys that I just wanted to mention on those two sides of the ball. And then obviously on special teams, continue to establish our CTG, the change the game culture that Coach Lord has brought to us, and excited about how good we can be on special teams. Last year, we were depending on 2 true freshmen to have significant roles in specialist positions. Obviously, we're in a much different position this year, and I think Joe and those guys are going to have a huge impact. So, looking forward to it, excited about it. Obviously, we got a lot of work to do ahead of us. Again, I want to thank you guys for all coming out and supporting us. I also want to thank the administration, Sandy Barber and President Barron, and then Scott Sidwell, who's new with us and doing a great job as well. I think we're really starting to kind of hit our stride in terms of understanding what everybody expects, standards, how we work together, how efficient we are, and that's been a real positive. So pleased with that. So open it up to questions.